I don't know who decided to play Jumanji, but put it the f*** away. Hello OTR drivers, Edgar here with the OTR Club. Today we're talking about riots raging, drivers being pulled from their truck, and what Trump plans to do about it. Obviously, the United States is in turmoil over the death of George Floyd. Peaceful protests have erupted into riots all over the country, destroying property, hurting people, and just being an all-around bad time. They finally moved onto the highways, the freeways, and the roads, blocking traffic and commerce into and out of most major cities. In case you haven't noticed, truckers drive on those roads, which forces many drivers to safe plan their trips around these situations. This puts all drivers at risk. That includes one such driver, Bogdan Vechriko. He tried getting through a group of protesters and stopped his truck to avoid hurting anybody, and of course was pulled out of his truck and beat. I'm going to show the video. Obviously, this is very graphic content, so watch at your own risk.
Let's all be cool. That's just the way people get cool.
The freeway was closed off to avoid this exact situation. However, Bogdan was already on the road before the state troopers managed to close it off. He was going about 72 miles per hour around a bend. He wanted to avoid hitting anybody, so he started to slow down and had his horn on the entire time. He did try to lower his window to ask what was going on, explain the situation, and ask them to move. However, he was struck with a brick, and that is in the video when you see him try and take off again. Of course, they succeeded in pulling him out of the truck, and he was violently beaten. He was hospitalized. No major life-threatening injuries. He was also arrested because of this. The investigation came up deeming there was no intent to harm anybody, so hopefully he gets released after he's out of the hospital. The looting and rioting is also spread into trailer yards and truck yards and everything. They know that truckers deliver goods and services around the country, so please be safe, drivers. I would hate to see any more drivers attacked and injured. Trump has talked about deploying the military on the streets of the United States of America to quell the riots.
And safety in America. I am mobilizing all available federal resources, civilian and military, to stop the rioting and looting, to end the destruction and arson, and to protect the rights of law-abiding Americans, including your Second Amendment rights. Therefore, the following measures are going into effect immediately. First, we are ending the riots and lawlessness that has spread throughout our country. We will end it now. Today, I have strongly recommended to every governor to deploy the National Guard in sufficient numbers that we dominate the streets. Mayors and governors must establish an overwhelming law enforcement presence until the violence has been quelled. If a city or state refuses to take the actions that are necessary to defend the life and property of their residents, then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem for them. As we speak, I am dispatching thousands and thousands of heavily armed soldiers, military personnel, and law enforcement officers to stop the rioting, looting, vandalism, assaults, and the wanton destruction of property.
He would have the power to do this by using the Insurrection Act of 1807. The last time the Insurrection Act was called upon was during the 1992 riot after the Rodney King violence. I don't know if you heard me. He's talking about deploying troops on the streets to stop the riot. I don't know how I feel about this. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a great idea? Get everything under control? Do you think no, that would just cause more violence and harm and destruction? Above all else on this, please be safe, drivers. There's a lot of crazy crap going on out there. I would hate to see any of the OTR members injured or any truck driver or anybody for that matter.